Welcome, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss Chapter 8, Pride and Prejudice. Before going through the chapter, what do you think Darcy will do after Elizabeth's refusal? Now, we discussed Chapter 7 and we knew that Darcy proposed to Elizabeth and she refused him. What will be Elizabeth's reaction? After Darcy's disappointment for being refused by Elizabeth, he decided to defend himself. He wrote a letter and handed it to Elizabeth, asking her to read it. Out of her curiosity, she opened the letter and started to read it. Darcy decided to defend himself against Elizabeth's two accusations, which were separating Jane from Bingley and destroying Wickham's future. First, he discussed the matter of separating Jane from Bingley. First, he admitted separating Jane from Bingley because he was deceived by Jane's calmness. He believed that her heart hasn't been touched yet. He believed that she didn't love his friend. Okay, besides the Bennet's family inferiority compared to the Bingleys and the Bennet's behavior, which was far from social correctness. So he decided to save his friend Bingley from what he called an unhappy marriage. Second, concerning Wickham's story, Mr. Darcy stated that Wickham proved to be a bad man who lacks morals, as it was his choice to leave the job of being a rector and asked for money instead. Mr. Darcy gave him £3,000 as it was agreed. He also flattered Georgiana Darcy, who was Mr. Darcy's sister, because he was interested in her fortune. But luckily, Mr. Darcy saved his sister. Thinking about Darcy's letter, Elizabeth discovered that she was blinded by her pride, which made her misjudge both Darcy and Wickham. Concerning Jane and Bingley's separation, Elizabeth realized that Darcy was right, as her sister Jane did not show any sign of love towards Bingley. Moreover, thinking about Wickham's story, she discovered that Darcy's story was more to be believed, or he wouldn't have referred her to his cousin Colonel Fitzwilliam. Elizabeth was aware that Jane's disappointment had been indirectly caused by the behavior of her own near relations. She believed that it's her family who behaved in a very silly way that made Darcy think that they are not suitable for the Bingley. Elizabeth and Jane went back to Longbourn, and Elizabeth told Jane about Darcy's proposal and his letter, but she did not tell her that he was responsible for her sadness. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the chapter.